Hey guys, this is Chris Rafetto. I'm a producer, engineer, and mixer here in Nashville, Tennessee. I got these samples from Nashville Sampling Company and Redmond, and I used them in this track for Casey Weston, a local artist here. And they wanted me to show you guys what I did here, and I figured I'd go ahead and do that for you. So here we go. Sorry, I'm kind of new to this video thing, so bear with me. Let me just play a track a little bit so you can get a vibe for what's going on.
Move it on, ain't got no time to wait. Living so right now, I know it was wrong. I ain't looking back, I did it, I'm done. Going, 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 go. I'm taking all my loving, all my kisses. Gonna take all my goodness and pack it all up and leave. I'm taking all my sugar, all my sweets. Gonna take every single thing, I'll give it to you. And give it to
Cool. So, yeah, and then I'll just go ahead and solo out these drums and show you what we ended up with here. I'll give you some loops. No, give you a little bass. Alright, very cool. So these drums were all recorded, or not even recorded, they're the Slate Digital SD4. And so here's what I was working with at the beginning. All these black tracks here are my originals. And so here's my original kick drum. You know, very... It's cool, but it's not what I wanted for this song. Here's your snare with it. So there's a lot of snap on that, not a ton of body. And then we've got rack tom here. There you go. And a little floor tom. You know, sounds very much like a kit that was played on a keyboard, which it was. But then we pulled in these instances of Trigger, and I'll show you what I was using from the Nashville Sampling Company. This was the DW Maple kit of Rich's, which sounded great. I guess I muted the overheads. I figured that I had enough of everything else that was going on. Just kind of did some mixes in here. These come level set, and I'm sure I moved them around a little bit, but that's what we're working with on the kick. So what was here has become this. You know, much more of a natural sound, and then we're going to mess it up later. And then snare, again, here was our original. Very not my favorite thing in the world, but we used the red Velvet Snare, which after poking around a bunch of these samples, I think this is my favorite thus far. It's a 6.5 by 14, and here's what it ended up sounding like. You know, a lot more body to that. I really enjoy it. I like the snare rattle as well. It's present, but it gets out of the way. Rack tom. So once again, we had, you know, it's a rack tom, but pretty uninspiring. And the toms in this drum pack are super beefy. I really enjoyed them. This is the Bamboo 14 by 14, and here's what that ended up sounding like. A lot of decay on that. And then these are always real tough to get sounding right, especially on their own. When you have anyone riding on the floor tom, Just typically doesn't sound great, but here's where it was. And here's where we ended up. It was very slappy before, and this will be much more thunderous. Alright, so that's all the drums that I was using for triggering, and then because out of the Slate drum pack or their plugin, I kept the rooms and the overheads, but the crashes in that weren't quite doing it for me. So I guess I ended up doing, sounds like I clapped in my room and recorded that, and then I triggered, this is actually a crash ride, I guess, and I put those in everywhere where I had the crash cymbals going on in the original drums, just to beef it up some. Nice, great sounding crash cymbal. And then we pretty much had a 4 on the floor thing going on the entire way. So with the drums, we ended up and then I ended up adding this 808 with it. I believe that's in the key of the song as well. That sounds like something I would have done. So we ended up here. Pretty beefy stuff, so let's go ahead and inactivate these since we don't need them. Then I'll show you guys what I ended up doing processing wise on these drums. As you can see, there's not a ton going on here. Looks like nothing on the crash cymbals. We'll do a top-down thing. So this is my drum bus here. Just got VMR up. This is kind of my drum bus starting point, and things get mixed up. Looks like we're adding a little bit of 7K and just trimming, and that's it on the drum bus. So really getting some good smash out of that. Nothing on the crashes. The rooms I typically work a lot on depending on the song. I've got my room start here. All drums get this SSL channel, which I really like. Looks like we're doing some more smashing, and then a little dip in the sides, getting rid of some information. Overheads, not too much going on here. A little bit of top, a little bit of high mid, cutting some 800, probably compressing a little bit. Nope, not even touching it. Hi-hats, I just make them nice and crisp. Now I didn't use them on this project, but Rich and the guys at Nashville Sampling Company did a great job capturing hi-hats, the half open, half closed, half everything, full on. They sounded really good. I just did not end up using them for this track. So the toms, here we go. Nice long decay on those. So this is your rack tom. A little bit of 3K, taking out a little bit of 800 again. Apparently I'm not a big fan of that. And adding a little bit about 120. And then a little gate at the back of the end of that. Probably a pretty similar thing going on here with the floor tom. Adding a little bit of 3K for that snap, get a little bit more of that stick sound, cutting some 800, adding some low end. But really not a lot going on here from the samples. This is my original snare. We won't worry about that. It's got some snap on it. But where this was lacking, this red Velvet Snare really came in handy. And if you notice, nothing is turned on here. I guess I just boosted the output just a little bit because my fader was already at 0, so I got my volume that way. But this is the snare drum that comes out of the box, so enjoy. Wonderful there. Nice job on that one, boys. Kick, same deal. Nothing turned on here. I will add this SSL channel just out of habit, so it's there when I need it when I start mixing. And looks like I didn't feel like I needed to do anything today, so thank you, fellas. Let's play these drums a little bit more. So really great job you guys did here. Really enjoyed working with these, and I will definitely be using them in the future. So check them out on their website and enjoy.
I'm taking all my loving, all my kisses, gonna take all my goodness and pack it all up and leave. I'm taking all my sugar, all my sweet, gonna take every single thing I give to you and give it to me, and give it to me, give it to me. You say I'm young and naive. Now, honey, don't you put that on me. Don't you know love ain't green? Your money can buy somebody, but it can't buy me. Living so hard not to tumble on. Seen the real you, I can't do this, I'm done. Going, 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 going.